Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Wallace, and I wanted to invite you to the very first presidential debate featuring former Vice President Joe Biden and President Donald Trump. Now, before we get started with the debate, I wanted to discuss...
Alright, Joe, I believe that my audio is working now. You should be able to hear me in your earpiece on your right ear. Okay, so this is the very first presidential debate. So just answer the questions the best you can, and I am here to help, okay? Oh, here comes the very first question. Get ready.
Let's first start out this debate with a more fun question. We'll start with Joe Biden. What is your favorite color?
Alright, Joe, here's your big chance. Start out with a very calm laugh.
Oh, Chuck. What a great question. Alright, guys, you can pull it on up now.
Joe, what are you talking about? This answer is super easy. Laugh again.
I swear, sometimes I feel like there's a voice inside my head.
Joe, seriously, you can do this. Just pick a color, any color. Red, orange, green, yellow, blue. Please, just hurry up. You have no teleprompter, remember?
All right, I forgot about that. Well, if you want me to give you my favorite color...
Donald, you are doing great. You look fantastic, absolutely beautiful. I bet Joe Biden probably has an earpiece in. What a loser. But all I'm doing is just talking to myself. I wish I had an earpiece in. Other than that, I think I would be doing absolutely fantastic. Wonderful. Everyone is going to say that I did a wonderful, fabulous job. I really think that this debate is really going to prove that I'm doing a fantastic job at this presidency.
Now on to Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, what is your favorite color?
Well, honestly, Chris, I really think that gold is my favorite color because, frankly, it stands for royalty. And as president, that is what I'm going to do. The very first thing that I did when I became president in 2016, which was a absolutely fantastic victory. Everyone remembers it. Everyone said that it was the best victory ever. You know what I did, Chuck? I changed the curtains to be gold. Because when I had people
think both of these guys are
absolutely
crazy. And I think that Joe Biden might have an earpiece in. Is that illegal? I don't know. All I'm doing is talking to my own head. Well, let's hope this debate goes fast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with our very 44th episode of the Dockery Docket. I'm excited to be here, and I hope that you are excited to be here as well. So this episode is a very, very special episode, as tonight, something absolutely fantastic is going to happen, and I am very, 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 very excited for it. Tonight is the very first presidential debate. This is like the Super Bowl of politics. So what I wanted to do this week is give you all the information I have about the debate, so then tonight you are ready to go with your bucket of popcorn, ready to see if Joe Biden will be able to stay on the stage all night or if he'll fall over or fall asleep, or how many times Trump will say, China. It is really, really exciting stuff. Now, I hear you out there. I can hear you all the time. I know what you are thinking. Kyle, the debates are so boring. And they are like 3 hours long. I don't want to watch that. I wish that there was a podcast that would come out this week, maybe, and talk about the debates. Well, dear viewer, do I have a surprise for you. As this Friday, I will be dropping a debate review, where I will talk about the entire debate. The highs, the lows, the important things, and yes, all of the zingers. So make sure you are on the lookout for that, and also make sure that you are subscribed and you hit the bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. You don't want to miss the Dockery Docket video. We have a lot of fun with these. One last thing. If you think that I'm doing good with these episodes, this week, last week's, all of them, make sure to share them with your friends. Down below on the YouTubes, there's a little button that says share, and that copies the link. So you could copy the link and you could text it to your mom, you could text it to your dad, you can text it to your brother, or some stranger who's really into politics. That really helps me out, and it really, really helps the channel out. Alright, so let's now get into this episode. The important things to know about this debate is that it will be on tonight at 9 o'clock, with no commercial breaks, and it will be aired from the Sheila and Eric Sampson Pavilion in Cleveland, Ohio. This debate will be moderated by Fox News host Chris Wallace. As we know right now, the topics are Trump and Biden's record, the Supreme Court, COVID-19, the economy, race and violence in our cities, and the integrity of the election. Now, I say that this is what we know right now because this may change, and we might get a question about climate change thrown in there to mix things up a little bit. The Commission of Presidential Debates said that the debate will feature 6 15-minute segments for a total of 90 minutes. So this debate will be very, very long, but I think that a lot of interesting things are going to happen, as Trump, being Trump, has already come out and attacked moderator Chris Wallace, as Trump recently said that Chris Wallace will, quote, ask tough questions and it'll be unfair. I have no doubt about it. He then went on to say that Chris Wallace will be controlled by the radical left. Now, personally, I want Chris Wallace to ask tough questions of both candidates, because that is what a debate is all about. We know that Trump is going to get some tough questions on COVID-19. We know that Joe Biden may get some tough questions about his ever-changing stance on things like fracking or fossil fuels or guns. If, in fact, the debate is more blaming Trump for everything that is wrong in America, and that Joe Biden is 100% fantastic, or the reverse, if they attack Biden the whole time and say that Trump is a perfect person, then that's not a good debate, and that would be on Chris Wallace's fault for not being a good moderator. I personally think that Chris Wallace is a very moderate political figure, as yes, he is on Fox News, but he is not afraid to ask anyone anything, and I think that he will take that same stance as he moderates this debate. Now, Chris Wallace will have to be very, very careful for this debate, as he will be the only moderator there, and this is something new, as usually they have at least 2 or 3 people there to split up the questions, so the moderator doesn't get tired. With no breaks, this will mean that all 3 men will have to be on their toes, and this has to do with debate prep, which is very, very important for the candidates, as they prepare to face off in a battle that will hopefully be a deciding factor for many people to see who will be the new ruler of the free world. Now, usually what some politicians like to do for debate prep is role play the entire event, from the walking out to the shaking the opponent's hand and running through different scenarios. For example, there is a very funny video from 2016 of Hillary Clinton in a situation where instead of Donald Trump coming in for a handshake, he goes in for a hug. Hillary Clinton was pushing the fake Donald Trump away and all this stuff, and it was a good time. And Hillary Clinton had to go through that because she had to figure out what scenarios might happen, and that's what role-playing does. It takes every situation that could happen and throws it at the person, so then when they get up on stage, they are 100% ready to go. Now, for both the Joe Biden and Donald Trump campaigns, they are not doing this sort of role-playing thing, as Donald Trump has decided to take a different route, as he has publicly said that he doesn't even need to rehearse at all for the debates. Now, this to me is not a very great idea, as it could show that Donald Trump is not prepared and look terrible on stage. I mean, seriously, all he needs to do is have one meeting with his press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, who has the magical binder full of knowledge that will give him all the information that he needs. However, Trump is different than that. Trump loves to think on his toes. And this is how we have so many different one-liners from Donald Trump. Like the classic, because you'd be in jail, was not planned. It was something off the cuff, and Trump is good at that. But he may need more. This is why Donald Trump has turned to his favorite form of communication, which is the television. It has been reported that Trump has been quietly studying videotapes of Joe Biden debating in both 2008 and 2012 to look for weaknesses or vulnerabilities that he can exploit in Joe Biden. This can be a huge advantage for Donald Trump, as if he starts to attack Joe Biden early, we could see that Joe Biden will get a little bit stressed. He will start to do a little laugh, say, "Come on, man," or he could get mad. To see this, definitely check out his debate with Paul Ryan, as whenever Paul Ryan attacked Joe Biden, he would laugh or interrupt him. Now, we all know that Joe Biden has lost a little bit off of his fastball, and Trump can use this to his advantage and continue to attack Biden over and over again, leading to Biden being in a corner where he is not very comfortable and doesn't know what to do. This should be the strategy for Donald Trump for this debate. Attack, 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 attack. The quicker Trump can get Joe Biden on his toes, stumbling and stammering, the better Trump will be. This will make Joe Biden very tired, as he will be continuously trying to defend himself. And we all know that Trump can do that. Just look at his debates with Hillary Clinton. As in the very first debate with Hillary Clinton, there is a clip that I like to call the gold standard clip, as Hillary kept talking and Trump continued to talk over her. This wore out Hillary, and Donald Trump was fine. The only problem with the clip was that Donald Trump is acting a little bit crazy in the situation, as he should have had more calmer and direct attacks. Now, the reason why Trump was yelling in this situation is because Hillary mentioned Trump's wealth beforehand, which is a big no-no, as that really gets under Donald Trump's skin. Joe Biden could use this to his advantage, as if Biden is acting calm and basically like an innocent old grandpa, and Trump is just screaming, then Joe Biden is going to look a lot better, and he will look more civilized than the deranged Donald Trump. The more Joe Biden can poke at Trump and mention his tax returns, mention COVID, just throw everything at Donald Trump, the better that Joe Biden will be. My main question is, will Joe Biden have the stamina to do this? Will he be able to have good and effective attacks on Donald Trump? Now, before we talk about Joe Biden's mental stamina, I think it is important to talk about the stamina of both the Joe Biden and the Donald Trump campaign, as it was reported this month that the Trump campaign reached 100 million voters through a knocking door strategy. Do you know how many doors Joe Biden's campaign knocked on? 0. Now, the doors that President Trump's team are knocking on could very well be voting for Joe Biden, but it shows that the campaign cares about the people. These Trump campaign staff are probably asking questions like, why are you going to vote for Joe Biden? And then they are talking about how great Donald Trump is. And this is a very good persuading factor, as we are already seeing that states like Florida and Latinos in Florida are starting to support Trump more and more. Even in the big cities, African Americans are starting to leave the Democratic Party and start to join the Republican Party. Trump is trying to reach these voters by going out and campaigning, doing speech after speech, and Joe Biden is not doing that. And this makes him look like he has low stamina. And now, talking about the personal stamina of Joe Biden is a double-edged sword for the Donald Trump campaign, as we see evidence every single day with Joe Biden's schedule. So usually with a campaign, as I just talked about a little bit, the person is running around all the time, and they're going from place to place. They're flying all around from one state to another, making speeches, talking to people, and saying, hey, come out and vote. But instead, we get Joe Biden in a room with less than 10 people in big white circles. Also, the campaign won't even give out where Joe Biden will be until he's about to speak, because they don't want people to show up. So the only real way that we can see Joe Biden is either on the news or in a YouTube video. And I mean, who would want to watch a YouTube video about politics? I know I wouldn't. Anyway, Joe Biden has also been doing something very, very strange as well, as not only will he barely come out of his house to make a speech, but he's also putting lids on his campaign. Now, I know what you're thinking, once again. What in the world is a lid? Well, I'm glad you asked. A lid, according to The Hill, is a memorandum for reporters covering the campaign, indicating there will be no further availability or public statement that day. So this basically means that Joe Biden is done for the day. Now, usually these are given out later in the day, but Joe Biden has been doing this early in the morning, as on September 10th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 19th, 22nd, and the 24th, Joe Biden has called a lid before noon. So let's do some math here. It is reported that Joe Biden tries to get out of bed at 8 a.m., and on days like September 24th, the campaign calls a lid at 9:20. Okay, so carry the 1, subtract the 3, take that down, pass it around. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Oh, if you got an hour and 20 minutes, then you are correct. That's right, everyone. For some days in a row, the Joe Biden campaign has only been working for 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's it. Now, I understand that this is during a pandemic, but he can do a little bit more than that. Come on, man. Now, Donald Trump, being Donald Trump, has called Joe Biden out for this, as he recently wrote on Twitter, "Sleepy Joe Biden just closed down his campaign for the day. Again. Wants to rest. He is a very low-energy individual, and our country cannot make it in these exciting but complex and competitive times with a low-energy president." Trump is, of course, correct about this, as it is not normal for a presidential campaign to take this many resting days. But like I said at the very beginning of this segment, attacking Joe Biden's personal stamina is a double-edged sword for Trump, as Trump has continued to attack Joe Biden, saying that he isn't alive and that Biden doesn't even know where he is half the time. This can be very, very bad for Donald Trump, as the expectations for Joe Biden during the debate will be very, very low. And so if Joe Biden just stands there and answers a couple of questions and doesn't fall over, it will look like Joe Biden won. This is why Trump has started to reverse his tone, as Trump recently said that "I think he's a professional. I don't know if he's all there, but I think that he is a professional." Trump continued by saying, "I have to assume that he's a professional and that he can debate." This is very true, and there is a possibility that Joe Biden can surprise everyone and come out with a lot of energy and throw everyone off guard, including Donald Trump, including the moderator. Now, this happened in the 2020 primaries, as even I thought that Joe Biden was done after he lost the first 3 states. Then he came back and won North Carolina, which propelled him to the lead. Joe Biden has been a politician for his entire life, I believe since 1973. So he knows what he's doing. And even though he has lost a little bit off his fastball, he is still a very smart politician. And this could lead him to taking the debate. We also know that no matter what happens, CNN will be there to say, "Oh, Joe Biden did such a great job." Even if he rambles on and on about a random thing, he will come out as the winner in the eyes of CNN. Which is absolutely ridiculous for the media to do that, as they should be more honest, as I believe that this debate will be an absolute bloodbath, and I think that Donald Trump is going to absolutely come out swinging at Joe Biden. In return, Joe Biden will get stressed and backed into a corner, leading him to not making any sense. I think Trump has the energy and the stamina to absolutely destroy Joe Biden, as we explained in this episode. Biden does not have that stamina, which will lead to his downfall. This debate is very, very important, and it could be a point where people decide to flip and vote for Donald Trump. In the end, I'm very excited about this debate, and whether you watched it or not, I hope that this episode will give you enough information on what could happen in the debates. And hopefully I will be right about everything that I said in this video, and that Donald Trump doesn't fall over and break a hip or something. But that will just have to wait until Friday, as I will once again be releasing a very special debate review on Friday. So make sure that you are once again subscribed to the channel and hit the bell so you never miss one of my videos. So until this week, on Friday at 5-ish, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving. Goodbye.